And I think we are live. We're 5 alive. Well, 7 alive, kinda. Anyway. Oh God, what was that? Hi and welcome back to CutTheKragle. Is that how I supposedly say it? I don't know.
Apparently so, yeah.
CutTheKragle. How many different ways can you say CutTheKragle? If you say it too fast, it sounds like something else. So I won't even go there. But welcome back. This is this has been a live stream, first one in a few weeks now. I think the last one I did was the Ecto 1. Yeah, so I've had these 3 sets in my possession for about a month to 6 weeks now, and I figured it's about time I got round to building them. Not that I have any space to display them, but yeah, I just wanted to get around to building them. And I thought, why don't I do it live and have some friends to join me? I say some friends. At the moment, I have 1 friend.
Oh, you called me a friend this week.
Yeah. Well, desperate times call for desperate measures. It is the one and only Mr. Chris Brickenit.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Yeah, good man. I was just looking at it because I thought it was just Bespin Duel when I saw the thumbnail, which I've got. But strangely, I have that Black Widow set as well, but it's in America, so.
So you don't have it then, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Chris, you know what? I've got a Porsche. It's just in the showroom.
No, I got my friend in America. He bought it for me, and I just said to him, "Oh, don't bother shipping it over because it costs a fortune." So I don't know why not ever see it. With COVID.
Just send me pictures of it. Is it like when you sponsor like a snow leopard or something?
Yeah.
You pictures and updates of how the set's getting on or something.
He did send me a picture with him holding it, and I was like, "Don't you dare build it!" It's almost like a ransom letter with like today's newspaper next to it, sort of thing. Like, you want to see your set alive.
Oh my God! So we've gone from it being the equivalent to adopting a snow leopard to it now being a kidnapping. This sure escalated quickly. Wow. If you're just tuning in, there's no real kidnapping. Chris just has a set in America that he can't ever see. That doesn't make a lot of sense either, does it, Al?
No, very true. I can say that about basically all the Bricketex collection because I'll never see it, but I could say it was mine. He's saving it for me.
Why would it be yours?
Because, well, no one could prove otherwise. If I just said, Greg's collection's now mine. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Who can argue with that?
Exactly.
Anyway, how are we looking today? I want to wave my hands in and make sure that the camera's actually moving. Oh, wow, that's quite a delay there. Okay. Because last time I was building for about 15 minutes before someone said, all I see is just a static image of the box. And I was like, oh, right, okay.
It's so weird how you have, because your audio does different as well, doesn't it, to your visual? Because you were saying before you're like ahead or something like on the audio compared to the visual, which is just so weird.
I need to like upgrade my setup. At the moment, I'm using my phone with this app called DroidCam, and basically that then uses the camera on the phone as a webcam, and that sends it to my laptop. Laptop DroidCam sends it to StreamYard. StreamYard sends it to YouTube, and somewhere through the mix, the quality doesn't drop that much, but the audio goes massively out of sync.
Yeah.
To the point where I was watching one of my streams back just to make sure it was okay, and I'm like tapping on the box, and there's no noise. I put my hand back, and then like 5 minutes later, it sounds like someone's knocking on the door trying to get in. It's like, what the hell?
If you actually did do face reveal for your current setup, it'd be like a Chinese movie, you know, when they have the really bad dubbing.
Will you be a racist now?
No, it's just the dubbing. You know, the old dubbing movie.
Leopard to kidnappings to racism, and we've only been streaming for 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
It wasn't racism at all. It was just to do, you know, the old dubbings where they used to talk. It was a different. It was so good. I love those Karate Kid movies.
The worst ones for that are the Indian movies, because it seems like I can't remember what the name of the language is, but there's one of the Indian languages. Because they speak like 5 different languages across the country, I think. But one of them, it takes so much longer to say anything in this language than it does in English. So when they dub in English, like the English dub will stop and the mouth will keep on moving for like a good 30, 40 seconds every time. And it's like,
it's probably just due to the language difference, isn't it? Because obviously a longer word probably for
Yeah.
Like, because I know that's why the old like kung fu movies, they're so funny because they tried to fit in really quick English words to Japanese sentences, and it just looks so funny because it just doesn't work. But they had to put something there. It's great.
Well,
Love
you
it.
know, speaking of having to put something there, I said there was any, and it was desperate. I can't speak. Let's start again. I said it was desperate times call for desperate measures. Any port in the storm. It is the one, the only, Mr. Rouge Runner, Brick Bros UK himself.
Here we go.
Hello, good
Hey
evening.
man.
How's it
How
going,
we
buddy?
Not bad. Does my audio sound any different?
Yeah, it does actually. Sounds a little bit better.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've got a headset on, so let me know if it's better. But yeah, I'm just thanks for having me on. I'm just building the 501st battle pack this evening, or finishing it, I guess. And
Yeah.
how are you guys?
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
good,
good. I feel like I should probably start building now since we've been going for about 5.5 minutes, almost 6 minutes.
It's all good.
So I was going to put it to the chat. Which one of these sets do you think I should build first? We've got the Wonder Woman set, we've got the Bespin Duel, and the Black Widow Taskmaster's Ambush.
Ooh.
So, all you lovely people in the chat there, what do you want to see me build first?
Some very cool sets. Also, bless you.
So, whilst they're catching up with us, because my audio is probably 2 years delayed, which one do you think I should build, Chris?
Oh, that Taskmaster one, just because I've got it and I want to know what it looks like.
Okay. And I know what Ro's going to say.
Well, yeah, you don't really need to ask me now, do you?
I've already seen Bespin Duel. That one's not
You want
important.
me to do, like, what's it called? It's the Rocky. I see 3 of them out there. Hit the one in the middle. Right. Hit the one in the middle. Yeah. We've got a call for Wonder Woman. We've got the Heaping Duel. I have no idea what the Heaping Duel is. Another one for Wonder Woman and 2 more for Bespin Duel.
I think they mean Bespin Duel.
I think.
There you go. Rex the reviewer says Bespin Duel.
Yeah.
Looks like Star Wars reigns supreme, just like Lord Vader himself.
Okay, so everyone's saying the Bespin Duel. Wow, that was probably going to be the last one I was going to build, but the people have spoken.
There you go. I thought I'd build seeing his rogues in and he's got his camera on.
Oh my god!
Ah.
The same jumper you've worn all week.
No, it's a different one. This is my Pickle Rick one.
Yeah, I bet you smell like a pickle and you keep wearing it every day.
Don't wear it all the time. It's only up here when I'm on the chat.
Okay.
It's his live stream attire.
He's gone from a grotty cardigan to like a horrible Christmas jumper with a pickle on it.
You really don't like Christmas, do you?
I love
Really
Christmas.
like this.
I just love winding you up even more.
I know.
Oh
my
my
hygiene
God.
is very important to me, I'll have you know.
Oh, man. This 501st Jet Trooper is just fantastic. I know a lot of people were saying like they're annoyed there weren't 4 501st Clone Troopers, but I'm really happy we got this guy. I think he looks absolutely superb. And it's probably my favorite figure in the whole set. I really like him.
It's probably because of the army building, isn't it? Because you're like, kind of like losing out
Yeah.
on a figure each time.
Yeah.
Exactly, but it's like, you know, that scene of season 7 with all these Jet Troopers was amazing. So, and
Yeah.
also in Battlefront 2, one of my favorite classes is the Jet Trooper. So to have one is pretty cool.
Look at this. It's got a bent manual and an exclusive set. And
Yeah.
it's got a piece in it.
The Bespin one was, my Bespin one was bent as well. Yeah, mine was like that.
Outrageous.
Interestingly, Marhan said, has everyone seen the latest Mando episode? I don't know whether we're allowed to
Yeah,
non-spoiler
I've
report.
seen it, but I don't know. I feel like we should like hold off on spoilers.
Yeah.
if you haven't.
Yeah.
You know, it's only come
Did
today.
you like it though? Did you like it? That's the
I
main
loved
thing.
it.
It's amazing.
Oh,
I have
we
no
someone else
shame.
joining us, by the way. This guy is a walking spoiler, so we'll have to be careful what we say around him. It is the one, the only. What a do, baby boo, Mr. B Fabulous.
Hello. How's
Hey,
it going?
B-Fab.
How can I get you guys round? Because you haven't got your camera on, but Chris has, and now he's got like text across his forehead. Is there
You
a way?
can- Yeah, you can put me at the top.
It's all right. I don't mind. It's all
How
right
would
for
you
me.
get round?
But I need to see the beautiful.
Chris.
Oh, I've gone.
What happened
Oh,
to Chris?
Oh,
Oh, a sec. This will be over in just a second. There we go.
I'm
perfect.
loving the Macaulay Culkin looking like he needs some like burgers down him picture.
I just realised that. Like, what's going on there?
You know, I had it as a profile pic because somebody from Lego was on a stream that I was on, so I changed it to that.
Oh my god.
Which stream was that?
CC's.
Oh my god.
What happened?
Somebody that works in for Lego was watching the stream, and I'm just like, oh no, I got to be an angel now. So I literally.
Are you still trying to get into the LAN? Have they not let you in yet?
I applied once. I applied a second time. We'll see what happens. But
I applied one time. I applied 2 times. I applied 3 times. What's that 3?
If they reject me a second time, I'm not going to reapply. But so I went on a huge rant, and I'm like, oh shoot, actually, let's change this real fast. So,
too late. The damage has been done.
yeah, but I also put originally my name was ... and then I had the photo of Macaulay Culkin. Culkin? I can't say his name.
Culkin, you're right. It's Macaulay Culkin.
What a horrible name.
Yeah, it's a really weird one.
Macaulay Culkin.
I'm so sick of Macaulay Culkin because he hasn't had a hard life as it is, has he? You know.
So in the chat, we've got Mahan saying 11 out of 10 episodes. Creator Brick saying the ending was sick. Yeah, I agree. I have no shame in saying I teared up at the end. I was pleasantly surprised. And yeah, it's I think the best episode of the whole show so far.
I don't know if it was the best episode in terms of all-round episodes, but it was stunning.
I don't know. It was really good, but just what it sets up and the sort of roller coaster emotions throughout and the things it foreshadows. I know the Dark Troopers were sick, so yeah, you know that.
Spoilers.
Wait, we knew they were going to show up. I apologize for that.
We knew they existed. We didn't know that they would actually show
Okay,
up.
that was a rare slip.
You know what?
Hey,
Honestly, though, I'm so glad I watched it when I did because, like, I had a minor spoiler this morning when I loaded up YouTube. It was just on my home screen.
I did. Was it a comparison video?
No, I didn't have that one. Luckily, that one happened. That literally popped up as soon after I watched the episode.
Yeah,
I had one popped up about a certain clash of characters, and I was like, really? So I stayed off social media all day. But as soon as I went on after watching the episode, spoilers everywhere, and from everyone, it was getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I will just say I do apologize for that. Whilst it might be obvious. I do apologize. It's a rare slip up. I apologize for that, and it's not crucial for the episode.
Hey, come on! At least you didn't. At least you didn't spoil that Jar Jar Binks shows up at the end. Oh,
oh,
I'm so sorry.
But again, if I have upset anyone, I do apologize.
But at least it shows that Jar Jar is actually a Sith Lord now. At least we find that out in the episode. Like,
yeah, and he's also like Rey's baby daddy as well. So
baby boo.
He was the surrogate father, for Palpatine. So
I finally gave it and started watching Star Wars. So I got through the first episode, Phantom of the Menace, and then I started on
Phantom of the Menace. That's actually a title, Phantom of the Menace. I like that.
Okay, the Phantom Menace. Okay, I like my better.
No. Now on, it will be known as Phantom of the Menace.
I literally wanted to strangle the crap out of Jar Jar.
Oh yeah,
like you feel bad for him, but you literally like hope he died. Jar Jar.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I can't believe how scratched this piece is. Sorry, look at that. That's a brand new piece.
Which piece? I can't.
You see on there? I don't know if the light's picking it up.
No.
I think Greg's done you here.
I'm going to complain to Greg. I wish to register a complaint. I bought this set from your very boutique not half an hour ago, and you assured me that the only reason why... No, I'm not going down that whole road.
I feel like that would not go well for you. I just have this feeling, Also, we heard your girl was taking over your channel, Kragle. Is that true?
What's happening?
Miss Kragle's taking over your YouTube channel. That's what I heard through the grapevine.
No, why did you hear that?
She covered for you, basically. I mean, you both did that video together.
I have no idea. Oh, you mean that when we look at all the 90?
Yeah.
Kraggle,
bad news, but she outshined you. I think there's a future, and she's going to be a competitor.
I think she outshined me. Yeah, she was really good in that. I've been wanting to get her more involved for a while, and she's kind of been resistant to it. But with that one, I was like, we're just going to sit down and look at the new sets and just talk about them, and like we do anyway. And she had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe, hopefully, if people like it, we'll see more of her in the future.
I mean, the video is doing impressively well on views, especially for like an hour-long video.
Yeah.
The average time on there apparently is like 12 minutes, which I know doesn't sound a lot, but for an hour-long video...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like, for me, it's like, I think I got halfway through it, and then my attention went somewhere else. But I have a short attention span, so...
Oh, you missed the best jokes.
Oh, no.
We name dropped you as well a couple of times near the end.
Did you really?
Yeah, we were like, this set has a bigger ding-a-ling than BFAB. No, we didn't.
Hey, Daily Brick in the chat.
Hey, dude.
Oh, dear.
Hey, Sarah Starbricks as well. Good to
Hey,
see you.
Sarah
Hope you're
Starbricks.
well.
Sarah!
I'm sorry, I normally have a look and see who's in the chat. I kind of got
Whoa.
distracted this time, so I do
Sorry,
apologize.
I just heard my phone.
Well, I do have the awesome Rogue Runner here, and he is amazing at keeping tabs on the chat. So if there's anything
Ooh, thank you.
really important, I'm sure he'll give me a shout out. I do
Hey,
appreciate
Hey, John's break. Hey, John. Hey, John. How did Warzone go yesterday? How did it go with Greg? Let me know in the chat how it went. I know you joined at one point, but there was just an endless tunnel stream at that point. Literally just like the loading
my
screen.
God.
So let me know how it went, John's bricks.
Yeah, I left when they were still in the tunnel.
Yeah. Oh man.
That was- Yeah, 'cause
I'm
was it-
finally sorting out my setup tonight. So I think tonight I'm going to be doing some couple of games of Battlefront or something, or I don't know. I might download.
You're a
Rocket League,
gamer
who knows.
now? Dang. What is...
I've always been
Tony
a
Stark.
gamer, BFAB.
What?
I've always been gaming. Don't say I've.
Dude, I've known you for like 6 years, and I didn't even know you were a gamer.
Well, the more you know. Yeah, I've never really spoken about it. I don't game that much, so I wouldn't classify myself as a gamer, but I casually play games like Battlefront and Mario every now and then.
Do you sell your
What about you?
bathwater?
Unfortunately I ran out of stock 6 months ago. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. You know,
Did you play the? I'm sure you did because you're a massive Tron Legacy fan. But do you ever play the Tron Legacy tie-in video game? I think it was.
Yeah, Tron Evolution. I loved that game.
That was a really good game. It was really fun.
Oh,
And
it's so sad as well because it ties into the film and it's like, oh, don't do this.
I'm 10 years old now. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I actually saw a video on that pop up on my feed actually the other day, and I was like, I remember that game. I have fond memories of that game, and
I don't think we're ever going to get a sequel to the movie now, though.
it's being written right now.
Yeah, but it's a reboot, isn't it, rather than the sequel? I think.
No, it's supposed to be a continuation.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
Jared-
it's in the writing phase, like early on, but hopefully this time it works. We'll see.
Apparently,
seen
it would
the
have
game
been made by now, but what sort of done it in was, is it Tomorrowland?
Yeah.
That was a massive flop, and after
Failed.
John Carter as well, Disney kind of just were like, yeah, we're not going to take any more risks on these big budget live
They
action
stopped for a while. Apparently, what I was reading reports, and the number one thing that is crucial to if they do a sequel is Daft Punk's involvement. Apparently, that's like the number one thing. It sounds crazy, but that is literally what it's apparently hinging on. Is if Daft Punk are involved because a lot of people when you say Tron Legacy, they think Daft Punk soundtrack, and again the reports are saying Daft Punk are interested. So they haven't made an actual album for now, I think 7 years. So like the last thing I think they did was collab with The Weeknd. So it would be great to see them come back, especially for Tron.
I feel it coming. I feel it coming, baby.
There's
There you
also
go,
the, what was it?
So
The Daft Punk Lego set on its way as well next year.
Supposed to be, yeah. That'd be awesome. Or a promo at least, probably. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I don't know.
With the Fender
I
Stratocaster.
feel like that ship has set sail now. Like, I would want to see a more of a direct sequel with like Olivia Wilde character. I can't remember her name now. Is it Cora?
Cora.
Yeah. I always
She's
thought that in that film she showed that she would be a great Cortana if they did a Halo movie back then.
Yeah, that's true. I really liked Tron's or Rinsla's arc in Legacy. I thought it was really, really cool. And again, I used to watch as a kid Tron Uprising, or at least when I was around the time I was growing up around the time that show was being released. I was a teen back then. But anyway,
and that was that. Oh my god, I feel.
yeah, I think I was a teen, but yeah, like I really enjoyed Tron Uprising. I thought it was a nice show. It was a shame it only got one season, but Elijah Wood was cool in that. and it got cancelled because Disney just put no faith in it, and they.
Chris, do you feel old now? The fact that he was a kid when the sequel cartoon to Tron Legacy came out.
What do you mean? I'm only like.
I just said I think I misspoke, but I just remember.
Yeah, me and Rogue are the same age, mate.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are the stickers? There they are. Let's have a look in the chat. Yeah, Christopher, the soundtrack was gold for sure. Let's have a look.
Oh, House of Bricks is here. House of Bricks. If you want, let me know and I'll send you a link for the stream. Let's see. I must be going blind. I see one. You're like older than me, aren't you?
No.
I'm pretty sure you are.
You're like 42, aren't you?
Oh, funny. The other day, the other week, I was playing Fortnite and I played squads with randomers and I accidentally left my mic on from when I've been playing with Greg and that bar. And I said something to the missus and they must have heard me. And they're like, oh, some old man's on here. I was like, old man?
I mean,
your balls haven't dropped yet.
An old man. You're playing Fortnite. So I think the average age of Fortnite is 14 and under, isn't it? So
God. Chris, you might find this interesting. Mahan says Smiths has all the new Mario sets on December 26th and the carrying cases.
Yes,
Mario 26th, all the sets against Smiths.
Yeah, someone messaged me about it, saying it. I don't know whether I'm going to be too bothered with the new sets, though, to be honest.
I feel like you've fallen out of love with Lego Mario now.
I do really like it. My problem with it is that it's basically like you buy each set just to collect all the buildable characters, and then I like the buildable characters, but I don't like the play sets, and it just costs a lot of money to buy all of them just for literally like a couple of figures. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I really want that Larry from the new Maker set, but that's 50 quid literally for that one character. It just seems a bit ridiculous.
It's okay. We all know you're a millionaire. You'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Billionaire.
Yeah, he's not a millionaire. His missus is. He's clearly a lady of leisure. Come on.
Who? I'm a lady of leisure.
Yeah.
You're telling me that you have a sugar mama. God damn.
I'm not a lady of leisure. I'll have you know. I wish I was. I wish I was a cat man.
I don't even know what that means.
Basically, he's a cat woman.
He means I'm a cat man. Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Can you explain in English terms what that means?
Basically,
I'm a sugar daddy. Steph's my sugar mummy, is what he's saying.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that.
It's not true though.
Guys, make a video called Brick.
You have a pretend job. Steph told me that they just pretend to hire you to cut in stuff so that you feel like you're being productive.
Is that what it is? It's like I'm like the they get a government grant for having me in their team.
That'll be my next video. It'll be called like revealing Brick and Nick's darkest secret.
That's not even that's not even number 2 on his dark secrets list.
Oh,
I could do a top 10 Brick and its darkest secrets video.
Ooh. Does he not wear pants when he's on live streams?
I rarely wear anything. When I edit in my underpants. Just because
I respect that. I edit butt naked. The back.
I heard that when he edits with a smile and nothing else.
Exactly.
I mean, every time I see what I'm working with, I cry. I ain't smiling. I'm crying. God, why?
Oh, BFAB.
Why he's looking to turn his camera off because he's taking his pants down.
No, I took it off because I was drinking a Stella, so I didn't want,
demonetized. You have alcohol on here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. I'll turn it on if you want. I've just got a Stella in my hand. So.
I don't think you'll get demonetized for alcohol, but you never know. I think.
Yeah, it's over. It's off camera here, so it's just
be a hand over.
I ended up under sinks before, and I don't think I got demonetized. That was on Instagram though. Never mind.
I'm on the TikTok now.
Creative Rick says, when you try and go to Coles and you see the trouble on Tatooine, you take it up to the register, the cashier says, oh, sorry, this is street dated.
Oh, no. That's got to be painful.
Has anyone got a bit of an echo, by the way, or is we okay for audio?
I'm okay.
Yeah, sounds okay to me.
All right, then, cool. I haven't got any headphones in, so it might pick up a little bit of echo.
I mean, yeah, that's a shame they've street it. I think it's because at this point it's pretty well known they're selling them. Like a lot of people have covered that fact, so they probably realise they shouldn't be selling them.
It's a cool set, though. Although I wish they'd done Cobb Vanth Speeder in it.
I just don't think Lego were aware of Cobb Vanth. I think that's why, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you look at the box art, it's got the Tusken Raider versus the Mandalorian, which is not what happens at all in that episode.
Yeah, so I just think it's the case of Lego just weren't.
It doesn't even have a tent. They kind of just camp out in the open in that scene. So
yeah, so I just think it's a case of Lego just weren't told what was going on.
Really,
I mean,
I feel like the scene's very accurate.
But
You guys
when
don't
I
feel like the
was
scene's accurate?
what?
You guys don't feel like the scene's accurate?
No.
Oh.
But I was
Okay.
going to say, when I went to Star Wars Celebration in Orlando, that was in 2017, I want to say, I went to one of the panels where they had the people who work on the Lego Star Wars sets, and they did like a PowerPoint presentation on how they developed the set for Rey Speeder for The Force Awakens. And they it is so difficult with Lucasfilm, more than like, even though they're both owned by Disney, more than Marvel, Lucasfilm are so secretive for stuff because like they'll go there and they'll see concept art of what they're working on for the speeder, and they're not allowed to take photographs or have any printouts. They're not allowed to do drawings. They have to write notes, or they can do little hand sketches of what they see.
Yeah.
And they have to start building the set on there, and they don't get like the final version of what the actual thing they're building the set on is done until almost the last minute, and sometimes never. Like
That's why we got 2 Kylo Command shuttles, because one was incredibly inaccurate.
Yeah. Like, I was amazed at how well Rey's Speeder turned out when you see the process of it. I've got photographs somewhere of, like, I took photographs of the presentation because you weren't allowed to record, but you can take, stills. And I mean to upload it, but I never got around to uploading it. But, yeah, for all we criticize them and say, oh, this set is inaccurate, they are up against it, the Lego designers, when it comes to Star Wars.
Yep.
I think it's really weird as well because Lego, Star Wars want it to be like high premium quality stuff as well, but they don't allow the toy makers to look at it. Because the set we're getting in January is from the first episode of the series that's just finished.
Yeah.
So it's just so silly, really. It's like
we didn't get a Razor Crest until basically season 2.
Yeah. I think the only reason that we got a Razor Crest mini build in the advent calendar is because it pops up in the holiday special, and that's basically what the advent calendar is based on. Because otherwise, you think about it, what would make more sense this year to have as like the cute little Santa figure, Dio or Baby Yoda with a Santa hat?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Hey, Cabbage Face Lego.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, that's why I feel like they probably prefer making stuff based on like the films that have already been out, like the old trilogy and the prequels, because they've got all the reference material they need.
Exactly. But now we'll see. There's going to be a bit of a break, it seems, between the next shows. Like Bad Batch seems like it's up next. We don't really know when that's coming out in 2021, so that looks like it's next. So it is a bit of a break between the next episodes. I also just realized, I have messed up one of my stickers. I don't know if it's going to show well on camera.
No!
I went. You can see it. I went to peel one of the first stickers, but the adhesive behind it's messed up. So some of that white paper is like stuck on it.
Oh,
so
man.
yeah, I don't know how that happened. I'm pretty annoyed, but
that's really bizarre for a new set as well. Like, if it's a vintage set, I'd understand it, but
yeah, that's a pain in the butt.
If you mess with Lego, they'll send you a free Lego sticker.
That's what I might do, because I can't really show it on camera, but like generally the sticker is completely trashed.
Yeah, I'd contact Lego and get a new sticker sheet.
Yeah,
they're quite good like that.
They're really good like that. They are really good like that.
So annoying.
One thing, though, the best thing actually to come out of the recent Star Wars updates and sort of announcements is that no one mentioned the trilogy by Rian Johnson, so I think that's safely being cancelled now.
Oh yeah, they announced that was cancelled.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Taika Waititi's taken it over.
They didn't announce that it had been cancelled. They just announced that Taika Waititi was doing one. It was no official, like, we're not doing that anymore. But I think, yeah,
Wasn't there supposed to have been one done by the guys who did Game of Thrones as well?
That was like
Yeah.
the first one to get cancelled. What was
Yeah.
really stupid is they botched the ending of Game of Thrones because they wanted to rush off and work with Lucasfilm and make Star Wars. That got cancelled, and then we're left with a crappy end to Game of Thrones when they could have gone for another 2 years, according to George R. R. Martin.
I think that's so funny as well, though. Like, it showed like that they basically probably cancelled their thing because of the bad reputation of Game of Thrones as well.
I know, it's like a paradox, isn't it?
What I actually remember at the time, there was
because of Star Wars, but then Star Wars got cancelled because Game of Thrones was bad.
I
Yeah.
genuinely remember at the time there was an actual fan outpouring of demand for them to be kicked off because of how bad Game of Thrones was.
Exactly. I mean, it shows how bad it is, the fact that Game of Thrones, I remember like before the finale stuff, it was massive. You wanted to get everything Game of Thrones. People were on about getting Lego sets in Game of Thrones. And then after the ending, everyone's like, you don't even see Game of Thrones on anywhere. No merchandise.
Because they killed the brand. And the thing is,
Killed
unlike other
everything.
stuff, with Game of Thrones, the way it was done, it's so hard to separate the ending from everything that came before.
Yeah.
Like, I know people who said, well, we still got, 6, maybe 6.5 good seasons or whatever. But I know people who've gone back to watch it, and you watch it, and they're like, knowing what this ends up as just makes it feel like what.
When I have rewatched it, but I stopped at season 6 and switched it off.
Yeah,
I can't go forward.
I'm not writing it off saying I'll never rewatch it, but I certainly haven't had the urge to go back and watch it after the finale. And that's the only season of Game of Thrones I haven't bought on Blu-ray. Like all the rest, I bought as soon as they came out. So
I just think it's so funny how the build-up for like 6 series was to do with the White Walkers, and then they just end that in one episode, and it's not even to do with the ending to the whole thing.
yeah.
And the same with like Jon Snow. They killed him off. He comes back for a reason, but obviously not, because the reason was pointless.
They didn't explain anything, and George R. R. Martin has said, like, for him, the through line is that who's going to end up on the Iron Throne or what will become of the Iron Throne. But he said that the common threat has always been in the books. They're not called the White Walkers; they're called the Others.
Right.
They're the very first scene, beyond the wall with those 3 characters, and they're always sort of cutting in and out, and they become more frequent. And when they introduced the Night King hasn't even appeared in the books yet. He's been mentioned as a myth, but when they introduced him in the series, it was like wow, and it's so stupid that they had the Battle of Winterfell, which I assumed they were going to lose and fall back to King's Landing, and that would be like the second battle, would be the one they won. Kind of like Endgame, where they lose the one battle, Infinity War, and then Endgame is where they,
It's even like they had so many cliffhangers, like with the dragon that they converted and stuff. Oh, this is gonna be epic now, and it just like doesn't even really do anything. It's just
the other thing is that it makes no sense because they set up like this world where you have these like different conflicting like religions. Basically you have like the Lord of Light worshippers, you have people who worship like the werewolves and stuff like that, and yet it shows you that like part of the supernatural exists for more than one. Like it's the Lord of Light that brings Jon Snow back, but then it's also the Children of the Forest exist and the White Walkers exist, and Bran uses the trees, the werewolves. So I was interested about, okay, what is this common bond then? What is behind the supernatural? Is there like a Lord of Light, or is there this?
Yeah.
I'm not interested. Those symbols they kept showing with the White Walkers about what they mean doesn't mean anything. It's just it's so
what I found interesting is that I remember when the earlier seasons were, being released, and it was really popular. And as soon as merchandise was released, you couldn't find it anywhere. It was all the pops, figures, everything, all sold out. Every time I've been to the shops nowadays, like for collectibles and stuff, you just see season 7 and 8 merch everywhere. Everyone just stopped buying it because everyone just stopped caring.
I went to the Harry Potter store in London, and it was supposed to be Harry Potter and Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was literally like a cupboard at the back, and it was just full. No one wanted anything. It was all Harry Potter, and that shows like Harry Potter's been off cinema screens now for 10 years, and yet Game of Thrones, when at the time it only just finished, and no one wanted to buy anything. It's mad.
I'm so confused again. I've got some pieces here that just there's a weird line on them that just looks really weird. Is it my light? I can't tell if it's my lighting or just the mold. It's super thin. Let me see if
I realized you mean Lego mold, but for a second there, I thought you were telling us that you had like a really damp house or something. You got mold in your house, and it's
no. It's a Lego piece. It's on the clip. I don't know if you can see it. there's just this weird line running up and down it, like there.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Oh,
on
yeah.
both of them. It's on both of them.
This is like this production one, I think.
Okay,
maybe.
did I just get like the wrong set or something?
Yeah,
Why?
I think we got a bogus one.
What? Did I get a misprint? I didn't get a misprint.
Look, it's Darth Vader with arm printing.
Yeah.
Nice. I actually
I have
didn't
to
check
say
it.
though, I honestly prefer the older style helmet.
Yeah, me too.
This
Same.
one I just think looks a bit dorky. I know
more
it's
accurate.
technically more accurate, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't look right to me.
I mean, I think it's more Lego a little bit where they're sacrificing accuracy for playability. Where you can remove part of the helmet and such and reenact.
Yeah,
the
that element's
yeah.
cool to it. Yeah.
They've done that a few times with figures and sets and things, and I understand that. It's fine.
And yes, BFab, I am looking at the chat. But at the moment, Mrs. Krago is on point with that.
Alex, what do you mean you never see me building anything? I did a building thing like 2 days ago. What do you mean?
Oh my god, I love how upset you got then.
I'm sorry, these are just outrageous accusations.
So
Yeah,
Kragle, how
if
do
you
feel
want to
about
see
my
real
comment?
Bill, just head over to Brick Bros UK. There's like hundreds of videos on there.
I love how you're giving shout outs to them just for free.
I feel like I am the single reason why they hit 100,000 subscribers after they didn't do a video for a year.
Also, people, if you haven't subscribed to Rogue, go get him to that 300.
Thank you,
So
dude.
close.
3 away. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I
you're
appreciate it.
297.
Yeah.
Come on.
I would have put links to all of my friends' channels in the description, but none of them confirmed that they were actually going to join until the last possible moment.
I did.
Well, yeah, but that was pretty last minute anyway.
Oh, you've
Okay.
been called out. You've been called out. Ooh.
I'm always here for you when the rain
So I
starts
have
to fall.
stuck in an hour conversation with my
Oh,
biggest
that
fan.
sticker did it again. Are you kidding me?
My biggest
Why?
fan video called me on Instagram, and I chatted with him for an hour. And then I'm like, "Oh, Kragle, you just saved me! Oh, I gotta go! I got invited to a stream." So
So you
Yeah.
were chatting to someone for an hour that you didn't want to talk to.
I
you know,
really hope
just in
you're not
case he's watching, no, I wanted to talk to him. And he's like, "Yeah, maybe we can talk later." And I'm just like, "No, no."
BFab's got a boyfriend. BFab's got a boyfriend.
Wow, I'm not that gay. But it's
I love how you clarify that gay.
there's always a price. But
Wow. BFab, ladies and gentlemen. BFab.
you know, like when somebody goes from being a fan of yours to a psychopath of yours to threatening you to cutting their name in your wrist to you being cool with them and then they think we're besties and then they video call you every single day. You finally decide to pick up. Yeah, that's what's going on.
Wait, do I know
Yeah,
this person?
You probably do.
Fab, just stop calling me then. You know, that's what you need to do.
Yeah, I have never, like, I've talked to a lot of bigger YouTubers and like, yeah, we never had that problem. Just like, great, I'm not even a big YouTuber and I'm having this problem. Come on. It seems like I attract the wrong people.
All right, FLX, just for you. There's my build so far. Just for you, dude. Just for you.
That's taken him 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's part of the 501st ATR.
I love when you build that. It looks like it's swimming. It looks like a little boat. when it's like that.
FLX, yeah, I am very emotional when it comes to the quality of my Lego pieces because only the best is good enough. And I've had 2 stickers that have been partially, well, I don't know
Worst
what
thing
happened.
about that phrase, right, is that I don't know if you know the story behind it, but it comes from I've forgotten his name now. Is it Kurt Christensen was the founder?
Oh, no,
It
Kurt
was-
Christensen.
It was basically his son, so the second generation, skimped on painting the wooden toys rather than doing the free coats that old Kurt Christensen wanted. They basically he only did 2 or 1, I think it was. And when like his father found out, he made him recall all the toys and repaint them himself. And after that, like his son said, I learnt my lesson, and he basically carved into wood the phrase "only the best is good enough."
I could do it again. Are you kidding me?
So it actually relates to the opacity of a paint, or you could say print on a toy. And what is the thing that Lego continuously keep messing up recently? Is the paint or printing on the figures. So it's really bad. They need to go back to their roots and remember where they came from.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
listen to that.
They have to, like, beat their employees more? Because I feel like if you beat your employees more, they put in more work.
I can't attest to that way of raising morale, but yeah, sure, BFAB.
Hello, Logan in the chat, and hello to Josh on the block as well. In the
Howdy,
chat.
howdy, howdy.
I have now got part of that horrible Jennifer Lopez song in my head.
Which one? I'm still Jenny from the block.
That's the one. Isn't it weird how you can have a song in your head but not actually know like the tune fully or the lyrics, but it just that little bit like.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny
Wow,
from the
we have
block.
an expert
I have
here.
a little, now I have a lot, but everywhere I go, I know where I'm from.
No, I'm not missing a piece. Don't.
That was
Lego,
beautiful.
don't. Lego, just don't. Please.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, good, I'm not.
I'm going to rename this stream from building Lego 2020 Comic-Con exclusives with friends to Rogue's mental breakdown over the final.
Please don't make that the title. Just
Can you imagine how many people would click on it, though?
I waited 4 months to get this set, and I'm going to be honest, so far, I don't know. Nah, it's still a cool set. I like it, but yeah, just some things not quite right with my copy of the set, but hey, it's fine. I mean, it's still a cool set, and
I'm not
Glad we
betting.
got it.
I'm not going to buy the set. I'm a leader, not a follower. Thank you.
Yeah. In all fairness, if you do complain to Lego, I'm sure they will get you a new sticker sheet out. I mean, in all fairness, I kicked off because my Lego Star Wars advent calendar came absolutely demolished. I sent them a photo of it as well. And they were like, we'll get you another one sent out straight away, but don't bother returning that one to us. You can have it. Like, when they were talking to me, like, basically, they gave me an email address to send the photo over because you can't send it through the live chat.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, like, is this for you? Or I was like, yeah, it's for me. I said, the missus is the one who placed the order, but, you know, we both love Lego. So she was like, well, now you can both have an advent calendar. I know one's got a bit of a demolished box, but, you know, you can still have...
That's cool. That's cool they did that.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Well,
Yeah, I
you're
mean, I've
those
only ever
type of
had to
guys that-
contact... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're those type of guys that complain about boxes?
I'm
We're
not a person.
actually with an advent calendar because the advent calendar, the box is part of like the experience. It's what you're opening every day. And this one, it looked like basically one of your ex-girlfriends had sat on it, BFAB.
Wow. I mean, the only time I've ever like had to contact customer service over a set is literally with a sticker issue, and that's it. I haven't had to contact like I've never had.
Well, lo and behold,
No,
you're
I think I've had.
another sticker issue as well.
Well, no, I've had I think one missing piece. It was an Obi-Wan Starfighter set, but like apart from that, it's either been like a sticker thing or so it's
Tell you
not
what,
nothing
though.
major really. And they've
Greg,
always been really good
I
about
will
it, which
say
is nice.
this. Greg of Brickatect is really clever because that's the second time someone's mentioned missing pieces today, and automatically I think of his podcast rather than just a piece that's missing.
But yeah, like customer service, they are really nice, which is cool. Like, yeah, they're always, really, really cool. Which is great.
That's what we need to do, Chris. We need to come up with a podcast name for me and you that will stick in the public consciousness so that when they hear this phrase, they think of us rather than the
Oh, you guys did a podcast.
Pick me. British bitches.
The first I've heard of it.
No, remember you were going to do, what was it, ginger nuts? Because you're ginger, I'm nuts.
She said in the comments.
Yeah.
No, you're not calling it that.
I will say, looking at gingers, I keep getting told off because I keep complaining that they make Obi-Wan Kenobi ginger, the minifigure, and everyone's like, "Oh, he is ginger." I rewatched all the prequels this week on Disney Plus. He is not ginger; he is blonde.
He's ginger.
Maha just put in the chat, Rogue, I'm going to build a set. Builds the set. Rogue, that's the last set I'll ever build.
Ewan McGregor's ginger.
He's not. He's blonde.
No, he's not.
They made him ginger in the Clone Wars cartoon, but he's blonde.
No, he's ginger. He's ginger, mate.
He's got dark blonde hair. It's not ginger. There's no orange there.
He's ginger.
It's like halfway between bright blonde and brown. Where you get ginger in that equation, I don't know.
Because
okay, guys, like the Phantom Menace, can we just keep these negotiations short, please?
Chris just wants him to be ginger so we can say there's a cool Jedi that has ginger hair.
I think it's just Kragle hates ginger people, Chris.
Yeah,
I really don't. I keep ripping into Chris for being ginger, but I really don't hate ginger
Every
people.
time he sees a ginger person, he walks the other direction. So.
My favorite character in 24 is Ginger.
Hey, the Lego Brick in the chat. Hi, Lego Brick.
You know, that's what sounds like a lot of people say. Like when somebody like says a racist comment, they're like, "I have a black friend, I swear." That's exactly what Kragle's doing right now.
Someone here must have watched 24, right?
Yeah, I watched 24.
Yeah, Aaron Pierce, he is an amazing character, played by Glenn Morshower, who you will recognize if you saw him because he pops up in so many different things. And I met him at London Comic Con. Honestly, the nicest guy you could possibly meet. So I have a lot of respect for gingers, just not Chris.
What about Chris Evans?
I don't have any respect for Chris Evans. Wait,
I guess there's
American Chris Evans or Big Breakfast Chris Evans?
Both.
I mean, technically, even though he is a bit of, I don't know what to call him, but, you know, Ginger Chris Evans isn't great.
I mean, I guess there's a fun question.
He did score Billy Piper and all
Exactly.
that. So, yeah. And who wouldn't want to do that? So,
I guess there's a fun question. If you could meet one celebrity, who would it be and why?
Do they have to be alive?
Yes.
wait, we have to be them.
No, if you could meet one in person, a convention or something, who would you want to meet and why? Like, for example, I'd personally say Dave Filoni. That's mine.
I mean, I haven't met him, but I've seen him in real life. I've been to like one of his panels and Star Wars Celebration, and he's walked past me on the Comic-Con floor as well.
That's cool. But yeah, like I'd love to meet the guy. Like, he's literally the apprentice of George Lucas. Like, I'd just love to meet him.
I do love hearing him talk about Star Wars because, you know, whilst they say it's not good to have a fan be in charge, I feel like you have to have a certain love and respect for the source material, even though in this is not a book. The source material is George Lucas.
I know Star Wars Theory has mentioned this before as well, but I guess I'll also mention it here. If you have Disney Plus, Star Wars Mandalorian Gallery, the second episode, watch the last 7 minutes. And it's about Dave Filoni talks about the story, how important Duel of the Fates really is. Honestly, it's like jaw dropping, like the detail he goes into. Honestly, I couldn't recommend it more.
Oh, it's that's cool. The whole Gary, in all fairness, I didn't watch it when The Mandalorian was coming out, was alive, the first season, but I rewatched it prior to season 2 coming out, and it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I love how they the visual effects they did it with the virtual set. What they call it, the volume. That is phenomenal.
Mahan has an idea for the title. Says Roe can't build, Kragle builds slowly, and Chris cheats at building.
How do I cheat?
I don't know. Mahan. Hello, Paul in the chat. Hi, Paul.
I'm building my first ever. Well, it's not really my first ever Ninjago set.
Oh.
I'm turning into a Ninjago fanboy now. I'm not really.
Podcast name: Pasties and Scones.
Pasties and scones.
I don't think that fits, does it? I'm not Cornish.
Or are you?
Find out next week.
I mean, I've just finished the set, and also what I did, by the way, I've turned the dark blue panel piece the other way so you can't see the stickers. I'm looking at it, and I've also got the original Lego ATRT 2005. I'm not sure on this, if I'm honest. I'm not sure. I really don't like the blaster, first of all. But I don't know. Just I remember watching Revenge of the Sith in the ATRT, and I know this is more of a Clone Wars variant, but I'm just not sold on this one as much, if I'm honest.
Here's the thing, though, Rogue. Right? You may have turned it around so you can't see the stickers, but you know it's there.
Oh no, I am going to contact Lego. If Lego are like, it's not, they're not going to send a new one, I'm completely fine if they don't. I personally, anyway, if I'm honest, the 501st sticker itself isn't huge to me. It's just nice to have it complete, but I kind of prefer it not having the 501st emblems. But it'd be nice to have it complete.
I always find it weird that the numbers in Star Wars are the same as in English.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
And then I've got, of course, the advertising for other sets. Still want to get the AAT. Still want to get the Galaxy's Edge set. Those two are must.
I mean, that is one of the things I do actually agree with them changing when they did like the tinkering is in A New Hope originally when Obi-Wan went to turn off the tractor beam power. It actually had in text in English tractor beam. So they changed that to is it Arabesh? Is that how you say it?
I think so. Arabesh, yeah.
Arabesh, and someone corrected me on it, and they said some other weird pronunciation. The other thing, actually, speaking of pronunciation, that I realized, which I thought was true, but people convinced me it wasn't. In Attack of the Clones, when they go to see Django and what I would say Boba Fett, the Kaminoan, I can't remember her name, but she said,
yeah.
Come on, she says Boba, but actually Django, the 2 times he says his name, says Boba.
Yeah, I just personally, this might sound silly, I don't really think it matters. I think that kind of sums it up. It's not a big thing.
Pretty
Well,
sure.
I only get hung up on it because so many people told me I was wrong, and yet for years I always said Boba Fett. And when I met Jeremy Bullock, who recently passed away sadly years ago, I said Boba Fett to him, and he said Boba, and no one corrected any of us. Do you know what I mean?
I just don't think it's
fine. I feel like in the UK we tend to lead to Boba more because Boba sounds too much like Bo, So
I've just grown up saying Boba Fett.
I don't know.
Chris,
you say Boba, don't you, Chris?
I say Boba, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like 80-80 ATA. I think it's a debate that I don't think we'll ever get.
Yeah.
The ATA.
And the first time you hear it actually put on screen in terms of live action was Return of the Jedi, and even in that, then it's like muffled because Han says it like when Chewie roars before he knocks like his jetpack, and then obviously then it's Attack of the Clones, and in Attack of the Clones they have both pronunciations. So
I think Han says Boba Fett. Yeah,
Boba Fett, where?
Yeah, I remember him saying Boba.
See, I remember him saying Boba Fett, but there you go. Because they repeat it. In the original version, he says it once, and in the special edition, they loop the dialogue, so he says it twice for some reason.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I was rewatching A New Hope yesterday, and something I noticed is quite funny. I was watching the Death Star scenes, and I'm pretty sure at one point there's like drinks fountains on one of the walls. I found it quite funny. I was like, oh, how convenient on the Death Star. Very convenient some drinks fountains. I just found that quite funny, and I was rewatching Solo as well. I never realized they actually mentioned. I think Solo is the only film, at least I can remember, where they actually mention Galaxy's Edge so far. There's a Doc Ondar mention, and there's a mention of Black Spire Outpost. Quite cool. I just look for the more kind of Easter eggs and things, and when I rewatch the Solo films, I was talking to Chris the other day, and watching Star Wars films. I was talking to Chris, and like when we spotted the Mos Eisley Cantina set, the speeder, it's actually driving past in Mos Eisley Spaceport. It's not at the homestead. I find quite interesting.
Which one now? That's the one they added in CG in the special edition.
Yeah.
It kind of rocks back and forth a little bit as it goes by, doesn't it?
Hey, Generic said on the chat. Hey, Pringles man as well. Good to see you guys. Yeah, it was interesting, and I just like seeing these different Easter eggs and such.
Generic, I'm building an Indiegogo chat. Look,
the Golden Dragon.
Speaking of Easter eggs, I love how many references there have been to the old expanded universe in season 2 of The Mandalorian. I can't go into a lot of them because they occurred in the last episode, but throughout the whole series, I would say this series has a real old Star Wars EU feel to it, and it references a lot of stuff. And as a fan for me, like Dave Filoni in the gallery talks about like fans growing up with different eras of Star Wars, and I grew up kind of with the EU in the 90s going into the early noughties. And this is just like a dream come true for me.
I mean, like they said this at the panel at Celebration 2019. They, like Favreau mentioned in Filoni, they mentioned they're bringing EU and Legend stuff back. But they said this show really is something for everybody in terms of, especially Star Wars fans. There's something there's something for original trilogy fans, EU fans, prequel fans, Clone Wars fans, Rebels fans, sequel trilogy fans. They're making sure that this is a show where,
Do you think it would be as successful without Baby Yoda or Grogu in it, though?
I think so. I think he's got the cute factor in there, but I feel
do you think it would survive, though? Do you think if they remove that character from it, do you think it will still be okay and do as well?
I think so. I think it definitely depends on how they do it as well, especially. I think it'll be interesting.
Careful now what we're saying, by the way.
No, but if it does, it does happen to a point where they don't have him in the show, if they do that, then you're right, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
If they decide to do that route and not have him in the show, but I don't know. I don't see them doing that route. I still think,
I feel like they might not have sold as much merchandise. With Baby Yoda, but saying that, the merchandise all came out quite late in the day anyway.
Yeah. But even if they were to remove him from the show, even if they did that, they're still going to make tons of Baby Yoda merchandise because people will still,
I was going to say, the Pringles man says, who agrees The Mandalorian is the best Star Wars content ever made? I don't think it's the best one ever made, but it's certainly, I would say, tying with Rogue One for the best thing that Disney have done.
Yeah, I personally, this is how I stand on the argument of best Star Wars ever. I don't think there's an answer because everybody would have grown up with a different era of Star Wars. For example, I grew up with the prequels, whereas I know Chris and Craig grew up with the original trilogy. So our perspectives on Star Wars are going to be a bit different.
Well, even when I grew up, the trilogy had already been out for a while. It was more like the resurgence in Star Wars that happened in the 90s with Shadows of the Empire, Heir to the Empire trilogy, the books, and then the special editions.
Okay. I guess a better way of putting it is I grew up with some of the different characters. You know, you grew up with Han, Leia, Luke, Thrawn, Vader, Emperor. I grew up more with Anakin, Obi-Wan, Dooku, Grievous, Rex, Cody. You know, like to me, my favorite Star Wars ever made will and always will be Clone Wars.
To me, my favorite Star Wars is actually Knights of the Old Republic, the video game.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I personally love that and Republic Commando as well.
Tell you what, speaking of old stuff, and you mentioned him earlier, Star Wars Theory, I have to unsubscribe to him whenever there's something new out because he puts videos out so quickly. But I do love his content. And
I thought you said Star Wars Furby then.
Furby, sorry. No, Star Wars Theory.
That's Yoda.
He's been playing a lot of the old LucasArts videos games recently. And
playing Bounty Hunter at the moment.
He's been playing Jedi Outcast as well, which is a superb game, honestly.
Jedi Outcast.
Which is the one with Revan, sorry, when season white is that Knights or Outcast?
Yeah,
that's my so at the moment I'm finishing up I'm finishing up replaying Republic Commando, and I'm gonna replay KOTOR next, I think.
You need to play Star Wars Bounty Hunter though. It's a cracking game.
It does look cool.
Into Jango Fett open seasons as well. There's a little bit of overlap. I don't think it was ever meant to be as canon as open seasons was originally, but obviously Mandalorian season 2, and this is not spoiler for this episode, but you know when Boba first came back in and reclaimed the armor, they obviously reference open season. So even if I mean at the moment people are going with saying that comic is now back in canon. I don't know if it is 100% back in canon or whether some version of it happened in the new canon, but certainly it's definitely worth watching. It's reading. It's a fantastic graphic novel.
Looking at the chat, we've got Marion saying, "Wow, I've been watching you since Lego Dimensions." This is you, Kragle, and you just came up and recommended. That's really cool. Good to have you here, Marion. Hey, Nerdbrick 101. Hello, Goofy Brick as well, who's saying you're really making me jealous with the Bespin Duel. Hello to Pierre Mac as well. Goofy Brick also says, I also grew up with the prequels as Clone Wars. Hey, really, really cool. Awesome. Yeah, I love the prequels and the Clone Wars. Hey, Pringles Man saying, yeah, Clone Wars is amazing. FLX saying, the best Star Wars is clearly Robot Chicken at Star Wars Episode 2. Shout out to Gary the Stormtrooper. Hello to Julio as well, or Julia, I think it's I'm trying to pronounce it. Hello in the chat. And yeah. And Seth as well, hello in the chat, saying, once again, YouTube didn't send me a letter. Well, hey, still live, so.
We were talking about this, me and Chris, earlier before we went live, that I've had a few people like reach out to me and say they're just not getting notifications from my videos or live streams. And it is really frustrating because you put your content out there, you try and do the best you can. And then people who have taken the time to subscribe to you and say, yeah, I want to see more of this, don't even get alerted to it. You know, it's
exactly.
So frustrating.
But yeah.
Well, YouTube
Kragle,
didn't it? It completely died for like an hour.
Oh, it didn't. Yeah.
Hey, Bricking Outside the Box. Good to see you in the chat. How are your builds going, by the way, guys? How's it going?
Pretty good. I don't think I've made any mistakes so far, but there's still time.
Cool.
The little dragon.
Awesome.
It's that. I'll make you full screen. Let's see that dragon.
Here it is.
X-wing. That's not a dragon.
Nice. That X-wing's growing on me. I really like that X-wing.
There you go. There we go.
Cool. I like that.
It's pretty cool. I got this like on offer. I think it's generic. They told me about it.
I got it. I think I got it as well. Yeah, 3 months ago on offer, like 13 or something. That X-wing's cool.
I do like the X-wing. It's funny though because I built the Resistance A-wing that came out with Rise of Skywalker, and it came with Snapper Wexley, who was character I really liked in The Force Awakens, who sat out last year and came back. What's strange, though, is that in the actual film, when he gets killed, he's piloting an X-Wing.
Yeah.
But he comes with an A-Wing. But you can't blame Lego for that, because what happens is in the movie, when they're all getting ready to fly off, he runs over and tosses his bag into the cockpit of a A-Wing.
So I last minute switch, I guess. Hey, Monkey Man 9255 saying I got a notification, so I guess some people did get them. Hello, Pedro as well saying what set is this? Kragle's building Bespin Duel. Chris just built Golden Dragon from Ninjago, and I've just built the remainder of what I had left for the 501st Battle Pack.
Finished the actual night as well from your string of the night, Rogue.
Oh yeah,
they actually work now.
Hey, that's great.
Yesterday.
Hey, Ashes Breaks and a donation.
We have a donation from what? Actually, this guy is probably my most frequent donator. Donator, is that a word? I don't know. It is Spacetime Brick Studio, the man with the most epic profile pic on YouTube. And he says, greetings. Did you catch the post-credit scene of the Mando season finale? I did.
I'm talking about it.
I don't really want to talk about it on here just because some people might not have seen it. I try to normally give it at least a week, although in this day and age, it's becoming more like 3 days because everyone else is talking about it.
But definitely for people who haven't seen it yet, wait to the end of the credits because there is a special little Easter egg at the end.
I was going to say, BFAB said that he didn't actually see the end credit scene on his channel, but I noticed now he's just left without saying goodbye.
Yeah, he just probably off, honey. He's done one.
What else? Who else but BFAB?
But yeah, no, it was pretty cool. And yeah, I loved today's episode. Really good stuff.
I will say, the post-credit scene, I heard that title mentioned a while back and kind of dismissed it because I didn't hear anything else. So that's all I'm going to say.
I guess here's a fun question. Do you guys think we'll get a series 2 of the Mandalorian Gallery?
I'm surprised that we haven't yet. Oh, apparently the missus says it's been announced for Christmas Day.
Hey, very good. Thank you, Mrs. Kragle. That's awesome. Very cool. Can't wait for that.
This is not going to work. This does not have... How am I supposed to curve this?
And now...
You're supposed to do it yourself, like off the thing. It's really not good, though.
Yeah, it's like...
it's not, is it?
No.
Wait, what's the issue, sorry?
You have to curve those grey bits. The grey poles.
Wait, what do you have to do? You have to what, sorry?
You have to actually, like, bend them.
Oh, yeah, the Ewok Village had something similar with the railings as well. You have to actually, like...
These have so little... they don't hold the traction at the angle. So because the tension in this is stronger than the movement in this. Yeah.
FLX, I personally can't answer because I don't have Netflix, but FLX asks, anyone here got a favorite Netflix show of 2020?
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai is fantastic. Although saying that,
it's technically YouTube dead, isn't it?
But yeah, I loved it. Season 3 looks fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I talking about this on Bricks and Brits, so I was like, "Hey guys, have you seen the trailer for Cobra Kai?" Rogue and Greg are like, "Yeah, it looks awesome, doesn't it?" Yeah, good talk, guys.
The new is awesome. The fact they're like teaming up and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that because I liked it. I think it was season 2 when they went for a drink and then they were on their way back. Oh, was it season 1? It might be season 1 actually. But they were like, let's have like a rematch, kind of like in Rocky. Rocky at the end. And I feel like they've got a lot more in common than they realize.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, that damn it, Daniel is so self-righteous that he needs to get out of his own way because he just cannot seem to realize that people can change and that people aren't just good or bad. Like he wrote Johnny off like from the second that he heard that he was going to start teaching karate again. It's just stupid.
It's quite ironic as well because Mr. Miyagi obviously in the original knows that Daniel is a little bit of he's a little bit of an idiot himself.
He's a bit of a hothead.
Yeah.
People are saying that they made Daniel like a bad guy, and I don't think he's a bad guy. He's just like he's headstrong and he gets his own way. And now that it was the case in the films.
Yeah.
So that just carried on. What's interesting is that we're seeing another side to Johnny. Like I love the scene when Johnny tells Miguel like the events of the first Karate Kid from his point of view. And you realize, he admits he was a bit of a bully, but at the same time, from his point of view, it was like he had that first fight with Daniel on the beach, and thought that was the end of it. Then all of a sudden, Daniel was like hosing him down in the bathroom, and then he's getting his ass kicked by an old man. You know.
What's really
Hey, Proxy Lego.
I don't know if you guys know this, but you know the his friend where they go off and he dies of cancer.
Yeah.
He actually died in real life.
Holy shit! No way.
Cancer. Yeah, like literally a couple of weeks after that filming.
Oh, that's awful, man.
Yeah.
Were the same actors from the film? I don't think.
Yeah, he's the same one. He's the guy because I was reading a thing on him, and like so he's the one that says when he sweeps his leg, goes, "Whoa, he's going home in a body bag," and apparently he said that on the thing, like that was unscripted. Like, and yeah, that was his like one major line in the. The
thing is, though, if you watch it back, whilst Kreese was evil to say that to Johnny, and Johnny didn't want to do it, Johnny, had too much sense of honor himself, even as a kid, to really want to do that. It wasn't breaking any rules. The whole thing of when you're fighting an opponent, if they've got a weakness, you exploit it.
Yeah.
But the person who actually broke the rules was Daniel, because he did an illegal kick to the face, but somehow won the tournament.
Great kick though.
Big kick, yeah.
Hello, Nightcom, who says hello from New York.
Howdy.
And hello, Isaac, as well.
It's funny, though, how much like Cobra Kai has elevated the original movies now. Like, I always enjoyed them, but they were proper cheesy, sort of almost guilty pleasure. But this series has elevated them to have so much more meaning now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
And
so far, they've kind of limited it just to the first film, but now they're going to delve into like the second and third one now. They're going to have Karate Kid 2 come into it.
The guy in which he's going to Japan to see is from the third movie. No, second one, isn't he? He's from the second movie.
And the girl. I'm hoping that, spoilers for the boys, but now that, I forgot her name now, the actress is not in the boys anymore, that she'll come back to be in Cobra Kai.
Oh, you mean
Shoe, is it?
Yeah, what's she Alice is she called in the thing?
Is it Alice?
No, Annie. She's got
Ali, I think it is.
Ali. It's Ali, isn't it? Or something like that. Yeah. Because she rings, isn't she, at the end of the last series or something?
Season 2, yeah. Like when he throws his phone away, I don't think she rings. I think she replies to his Facebook message.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, so
it'd be cool.
It would be good. It's so good.
It's really sad that Mr. Miyagi will never have a cameo in it.
Well, he kind of did, didn't he? Because they had that thing where you thought it was Daniel prepping the dojo garden, and actually it was a flashback to Miss Miyagi, but you just saw the back of his head. I thought that was done quite well. But yeah. It's funny, though, when you find out that he literally didn't know any karate, and all the karate is basically stunt doubles,
Oh, yeah, he's got like the most English name. It's like called Paul something or other, isn't he? The original guy. Or Peter. I think it's called Peter.
Yeah.
Miyagi. What's his name?
I will say, I didn't hate the remake, even though it was the Kung Fu Kid rather than the Karate Kid. I actually quite enjoyed the one with Jackie Chan. But
Pat, that's his name, Pat Morita.
Pat Morita, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
But having this is so much better than I can have possibly imagined, and I'm so happy season 3.
Yeah, I think the remake was pretty decent. Jackie Chan was pretty decent in it as well. I thought it was all right.
Yeah, the scene where he tells the kid about like how his wife and child died in a car crash, I think is one of Jackie Chan's best performances. And people obviously know him as a martial artist. I don't think they realize that he is an incredible actor as well. Like, he trained in the Chinese opera. He's a classically trained actor.
Yeah.
And that performance he gives is fantastic.
So I don't know if do you know who Tony Jaa is?
Yeah.
He's another famous martial artist. Anyway, he's in the new Monster Hunter movie, which is supposed to be absolutely dire.
Really?
Yeah, he's like the main Monster Hunter guy.
Tony Jaa was in about like 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, Ong Bak.
On Back was classic.
Yeah.
I loved On Back.
Ong Bak was when Jet Li was kind of ending his career, and Ong Bak came out, and it's like, this is the new Jet Li. Like,
supposedly, and then he just was like, actually, I'm going to stick around for a bit longer.
Yeah. Jet Li is incredible.
I know it's not the best film, but I do love it, is The Forbidden Kingdom with Jet Li.
And Jet Li, yeah. My favorite Jet Li movie has to be, I like Unleashed, and I like, is it Unleashed? Yeah, and there's the other one where, with Triple X in it, whatever it's called.
Oh, is that,
Where he goes to the future, and it has,
I don't.
He's like he kills his other selves in different
Oh,
multiverses.
you mean the one? That's
one.
what
Jet Li's
that's
the
what
one.
Jason Statham in, because
Yeah.
it was actually up until that point, Jason Statham didn't know any martial arts.
No.
He was like he was basically a con man on the streets when Guy Ritchie sort of spotted him, and he had been a professional swimmer. But when he met Jet Li making that movie, he got really into martial arts, and now obviously he's known as being a martial arts action star himself. So
Yeah. Oh, the ending to the one is so good when he goes to like
they
that.
pop a roach at the end.
Yeah, and it's like
I'm in 2 pieces. This is my last
it's so
resort.
good because he walks in there and it's like because it's like the prison world where it goes, "I'm not your bitches, you all my," and it just like starts kicking all their butt like on top of the temple. And there's like hundreds running at him. It's so good.
The thing is, that came out in the noughties, but it's such a 90s feel to that movie.
Oh yeah. It was there was a really cool band that was just taking off that sadly the guy he died called Drowning Pool, and the song's the bodies hit the floor, and it's so good. I love that film. It's such a cheesy
You bring up stuff where people die, don't you?
What? I know what I mean. I'm always morbid. Everything's about
Things about that.
It's like earlier we were on a conference call earlier, and everyone was talking about George Michael being a good song. I was like, yeah, sad he passed away over Christmas. It's always morbid.
I'm trying to think my favorite Netflix show of 2020, because whilst this year has flown by, like I've watched so much stuff on Netflix because of lockdown. I'm trying to think I mean, I loved Altered Carbon season 2. Sadly, it didn't do well enough to get a season 3, which is a big bummer.
Schitt's Creek's pretty decent.
Huh?
Have you ever seen Schitt's Creek?
No, I haven't seen that. Obviously, Tiger King came out this year as well.
Yeah, Tiger King. That was terrible.
It was fantastic. I watched it pretty much all in one day. But
I did. I binged it. I always binge those kind of things.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I was going to say The Boys, but that's Amazon Prime. The Boys season 2 is super.
Yeah. Rick and Morty's on there, which is pretty decent.
Yeah.
I don't really watch Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty's great. I'm going on now. Have a look at what I've watched. Didn't even see what you've previously watched, can you?
I don't know. With me, what happens is I'll watch something on Netflix, and then the next day it will recommend it to me. I'm like, I've already seen it, mate. You know I've seen it. You have access to human information.
The Witch is pretty decent.
Hey guys, sorry, I got to get in. Sorry.
Say what?
I gotta get going. Sorry, guys.
No.
Have a good night,
guys. Take care.
Bye. Yeah, The Witch is pretty decent. That came out this year, didn't it?
I haven't got around to watching that yet. I need to. I really need to.
I'm just trying to see what else there is that was on here. That Big Mouth is a bit weird. Don't know if you've seen that.
No. There's a new show out with Natalie Dyer, I think it is. The one who plays
The Queen's Gambit.
No, it's the girl off Stranger Things, the one who plays Nancy. It's called Oh God Yes. It just sounds. If I describe it, it's going to sound so perverted, but apparently, it's like a drama comedy, and basically, she's in like an all girl. I think it's an all girls Catholic school or something, and it's basically kind of like a coming of age type comedy drama in it. But people keep on recommending it to me. I need to check it out.
Disenchantment Series 3 is out in January. I don't know if you watched that.
I watched the first 2 episodes there. I just couldn't get into it.
The second series is a lot better.
People always say this. Whenever I say, I give a series a chance and didn't like it. Oh, but it gets much better after season 16.
I just watch it because if anything's a cartoon, I'll watch it, basically. I watch anything tripe on Netflix as long as it's a cartoon. I'll just watch all the cartoons. I love South Park, so that's my humor.
There's so many new series out there, and I still keep watching this, like some of the old stuff that I've already seen.
Yeah,
like
I started watching the Ripper documentary. I don't know if you've seen that, which is about the Yorkshire Ripper.
Oh yeah,
that's supposed to be like a new Netflix one to binge, but I only watched one of the episodes
because I've been like busy and trying to do other stuff. I've been rewatching stuff I've already seen. I've been rewatching Doctor Who from David Tennant. I'm currently about midway through Matt Smith's era, but that also came about because I had a bunch of Doctor Who custom minifigures that I got sent.
Yes, they got me one.
Yeah, I had one from Firestar Toys of the 10th Doctor, and then Minifigs.me, who are another company who has sponsored a few of my videos recently, sent me the first 9 Doctors because they redid the entire range of them.
Right.
And yeah, I've got really back into Doctor Who again recently. And honestly, I was watching it and I was like, damn, David Tennant was fantastic as the Doctor. He really was.
I really liked Peter Capaldi. I thought he was great. I really liked.
I like pretty much all the new Who. Like, I love Chris Faxton, I love David Tennant, I love Matt Smith, I love Peter Capaldi. I haven't watched any of the new Doctor just because it coincided with me moving out, and we don't have a TV aerial here. Nor do I really want one, and I just haven't got around to watching it on streaming anywhere.
Yeah,
but like, I watched the New Year's special Spyfall, hated that, and I watched the one with the Timeless Child. And that was kind
Which is the one with Nick Frost in as Christmas. He's Santa.
Oh, that's the Peter Capaldi one. That's last Christmas. That's a classic. I'm gonna watch that again this year. I love.
There's the one with the Titanic, isn't there, with Kylie in as well?
Yeah, that was a weak one, I thought.
Yeah, and then there's the one with Catherine
Jenkins. Yeah, we just watched that. Yeah, it's funny because looking at the Christmas specials, David Tennant's were pretty good. Matt Smith. That one, A Christmas Carol with Catherine Jenkins, is superb. But after that, I think his Christmas specials went downhill.
Yeah.
But then Peter Capaldi, pretty much all his Christmas specials were bangers. Like, I love the one, there's the Husband's River Song as well.
Yeah.
Because that just, like, completely ties up the last part of her storyline, you know, ties up all loose ends.
I just loved Capaldi. I thought it was so much different because it was just the fact that he was just an old geezer that was still cool. They
said it was like the opposite to Matt Smith. Whereas Matt Smith was an old man in a young man's body, Capaldi's Doctor was basically like a young man in an older man's body, you know?
Yeah.
So
I really liked it. I loved it. I just thought it was really cool. And I remember when it first got announced, I was like, oh my goodness, what are they doing? Like, because he was in the thick of it. And I thought, he's not going to be very good at this.
I was chuffed to bits when they announced him. I was really happy because, like, I'd seen him in so many other things. Like, a lot of people just knew him for the thick of it.
Yeah, that's what I knew him from.
He was in Skins as well. He was in Torchwood, actually.
Was he?
Yeah, he was in the Children of Earth one, the one that was really good. When the aliens come to take
like series 4 or whatever it is.
I think it was series 3. I think it was. It was like the series it did.
Yeah, I loved Torchwood. It was great.
But yeah, I was really chuffed when they announced him as the Doctor.
And we were reckoning that they may do it again because Thingy came back, didn't he? What's he called? Dave. What's the guy called? He plays Captain Jack Harkness.
Oh, John Barrowman. Yeah.
Yeah, he came back recently in one of the new episodes.
Yeah, I feel like that's basically trying to get fans back that have been disillusioned with the new series.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but they've pretty much changed the whole like lore surrounding the Doctor and who the Doctor is now.
Yeah, because Torchwood I think was more of an adult version of Doctor Who. I really liked it. I thought it was quite cool.
It was almost too silly in the first season. It showed glimmer of potential. The second series I thought was really good. Then they went on a little bit of a break, and then they came back with this mini series in series 3, which was fantastic. And then it like stopped for a while, but apparently Torchwood was really popular in America, so they did the 4th series in conjunction with, I think it was Stars. It was a network,
right?
And it was just all over the place. Like, it was parts of it were fantastic, parts of it were really rubbish.
Is that the bit where she like gets on top like with a rocket launcher, a helicopter or something? I remember it's like action, like, really actiony. It's like, this is not Doctor Who at all. Like,
and also like it had this actress who's in pretty much every American program. She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She was in Altered Carbon. She was in there. She gets her head twisted backwards because she's still alive, and you know,
it's like that famous death noise. You hear it in everything. What's it like, that scream?
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like in every single
actors who are in everything. I mean, even Doctor Who had Mark Sheppard in it. He was just in the one we just watched today, actually, The Impossible Astronaut.
Right.
Mark Sheppard, do you know the name?
No.
If you Google him, you're like, oh, is that guy off this? Oh, he's also off this, and he's also off that. A lot of people know it's Supernatural, but he's been in CSI. He's been and so many different things. It's crazy.
Oh, he's Crowley and Supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know from
that. That can't be right. That's gonna be. Does that look right to you?
Wait, now I'm back on the stream. I can't see it.
Oh, a sec.
You're probably like 20 minutes behind me.
Probably.
Which bit are you on about that's not right?
This bit here. It just looks wonky to me.
No, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. It is a bit fiddly, that bit.
Let's see. Yeah, Best Doctor Who Christmas special. Christmas Carol was fantastic. I would say it's a three-way tie at the moment in my mind between Last Christmas, which was the one with Nick Frost, The Husbands of River Song, and A Christmas Carol. So 2 Capaldi and 1 Matt Smith, which I feel like is doing a disservice to David Tennant because all his like Christmas specials are pretty solid, but I don't think they ever reached the highs. Although saying that, The Runaway Bride was fantastic with Donna. Oh, it's a tough one.
Did you like Christopher Eccleston as Doctor Who?
Yeah, I loved him.
I thought he was really cool. He's like very different.
He's coming back, isn't he, in doing audio plays now?
Oh, right.
Yeah, because like apparently they've done audio plays of the 9th Doctor, but they've had like a sound alike.
Right.
But he's actually came back. I know it's only his audio plays, but I think it's a positive move because before he would have nothing to do with the character.
Yeah.
Because of, like his experience with BBC and the head producers, the people who were in charge of the money, like were so abusive to him. And that's why he didn't come back for the 50th anniversary. But I'm hoping, if Doctor Who's even still around then, that this might pave the way for him making a return in the 60th anniversary, which is going to be.
I actually, I saw Christopher Eccleston in a HMV. He was in front of me in the queue, behind me in the queue.
He walked past me at Comic-Con, I think it was not last year, the year before. They had a big event there where they had loads of different doctors.
Right.
And I say I already met because I worked on Doctor Who a little bit before, but I met David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Peter Capaldi, and Chris Eccleston walked past me and shook hands with Matt Smith, who I didn't realize was walking right behind me.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Like, I saw it. So at uni down in Truro, down properly in Cornwall. Yeah. I didn't realize he had a house down there, and he'd finished Doctor Who then, and he was doing. What's it called? Heroes. You know, he was the Invisible Man.
Yeah, Cloud and Heroes.
And he had a big beard on. So he had a big beard, and no one recognized him. And he was behind me in the queue. And I turned around and saw him, and he kind of like winked as if like, "Don't let anyone know it's me," sort of thing. And just carried on his normal day. It was really cool.
It's really funny because you know in Heroes, like when Pierre Petrelli goes up to him, he says, "No one sees me," and then he realizes he goes, an empath, fantastic, right? And obviously it was a nod to his Doctor Who catchphrase, fantastic. He used to always say, didn't he?
Ah, okay.
He didn't pick up on that until years later when someone was interviewing him and was like, "Oh, you know, how did that come about?" And he was like, "Do you know, I didn't even realize that. If I had at the time, I would have put a stop to it because such was his feelings about Doctor Who." But yeah, he hadn't even thought of it.
Yeah, because he didn't want to be typecast, did he? That's why he only did a series.
No, it wasn't that. It was he said about being typecast, but that was like a sort of like a Get Out thing. It was more with basically there was a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes with the producers of the show who were putting pressure. Right. Apparently, he was okay with Russell T Davies, who was a showrunner, but it was like the higher ups. They were constantly like contradicting, or criticizing his performance. Because they didn't get what he was trying to do. I guess kind of like what happened to Johnny Depp with Pirates of the Caribbean. Apparently the first film, Disney execs wanted to sack him because they were watching dailies and they were like, "I don't get it. Is he gay? Is he drunk?" Like we thought Pirate would be like, "Arg," and I'm doing all that kind of stuff, you know? They didn't get what he was doing.
Yeah, his portrayal.
Yeah, and apparently
really bad with Johnny Depp at the moment anyway. He's not Yeah,
but yeah, so I'm hoping that like he'll come back. Apparently, this is directly linked to him appearing at Comic-Cons. Like he said, him going to these conventions and making these appearances and meeting the fans of the show has been almost like therapy for him.
That's cool.
He's realized like how much of an impact he made on people's lives and how much they enjoy. His, you know, which he hadn't really put much thought into it. He'd only sort of seen like his experience, which was quite negative, you know.
Yeah, I think Ewan McGregor was a lot like that because he didn't really get the Star Wars fan base, did he, originally? And then he seems to have like more fallen in love with it now over the years.
I don't know. I feel like some of the stuff they say about Ewan McGregor is just a lot of BS because he was always a Star Wars fanboy himself, and like for me, like he's never sort of shunned it. Like I remember him being on Graham Norton, and this is like years after the prequels and years before Kenobi got announced, and they brought a lightsaber for him to play with, and he was twirling it around, and like and he was like kind of playing with it. So I feel like, you know, when they're saying like, "Oh, Ewan McGregor doesn't like Star Wars fans," I feel like that's just like fake news, you know, to sell papers and stuff.
Maybe. I like Ewan McGregor. I think he's a great guy. I love Moulin Rouge, weirdly.
Do you know what? It took me like 4 years to finally, you know, basically give in and watch that film. And then when I did watch it, I actually quite liked it.
It's great. I love it.
It's not what you think it was going to be.
No, it's great. He actually took singing lessons for that as well. So.
Yeah, I'm really hyped for Kenobi. I hope it's good.
Oh, it looks good. I hope it's
by the line about when they say that Obi-Wan and Anakin are going to have the rematch of the century. I'm like, oh, I don't know about that.
I think it'll just be Vader, though. I think it'll be Vader.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, then I feel like they're not. It's always been a case they're not meant to have met in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. So I don't know. I mean, I was hoping Hayden would be in it, but I was hoping that there would be like live action flashbacks to the Clone Wars.
Yeah. I mean, he says in the New Hope, doesn't he? He says, "When we last met, I was the apprentice. Now I am the master," or something, isn't it?
I was the learner. Now I am the master.
Yeah.
Which itself complicates things because in Revenge of the Sith, he's already a Jedi Knight himself, and in Clone Wars, we also learn that he had at one point been training his own apprentice. You can kind of take that as he means figuratively, like I hadn't finished learning. But I think, you know, the original intention was that when he turned to the dark side, he was still Obi-Wan's apprentice. I think that was what.
That's all right. They'll rechange it for the 40th anniversary or whatever. They'll rebuild it again.
Because even like Obi-Wan says in A New Hope, he says like he was a pupil of mine till he turned to evil. Well, if you watch Revenge of the Sith, he's no longer a pupil of yours, but okay.
Yeah.
But even like, I think I've said this to you before, like I've got a annual that came out, I think around the time of the special editions in the 90s. And in that, there's like a foreword from George Lucas and he gives like this brief rundown of like the backstory. And he talks about like the Clone Wars and he says like how Obi-Wan and Anakin emerge as heroes. It's like about like 5 years after the Clone Wars that the Emperor takes power in that version of his backstory. Like the Clone Wars happen, Obi-Wan and Anakin emerge as heroes, and then after that time, when the Jedi have sort of gone back to their corners of the galaxy, that's when they start getting hunted down and killed, and you find out actually it's Anakin, he's turned to the dark side, and he's now like the Emperor's apprentice. So, you know, he has changed things as he's gone along, but still. It still makes more sense than the sequel trilogy by Disney.
I think, to be honest, like it's very similar to J.R.R. Martin, like we were about Game of Thrones. I don't think they have they have an idea, but they scope it out as the, you know, I don't think he ever, I mean, I was watching something about Empire, I think it was on YouTube the day from the Star Wars YouTube channel, and they were saying like they didn't even know Empire was going to happen. It was just Star Wars. That was it, the first movie.
Oh yeah, he always hoped it would happen, but at the time, like that's why there's a book called Splinter in a Mind's Eye, and George Lucas commissioned that by the author who wrote the novelization of A New Hope, or Star Wars as it was known back then. To basically write a potential low-budget sequel where they could use a lot of the same sets and costumes from the first movie on the off chance that it would make enough to warrant a sequel, but not a big-budget one. Obviously, it made a ton of money, and he was able to carry out his vision. But yeah, it was still an evolving process, and I think that is part of the reason why the original trilogy holds up so well, because whilst he had this vision and he had the final say, he surrounded himself with top collaborators. And, you know, together they were able to like channel his like creative drive in the right direction and refine it. Whereas the prequels, I think, still got a fantastic amount of stuff to enjoy, and they're still really great films. But they're basically him surrounded by yes men who, don't sort of like refine his vision, don't sort of say, okay, but what about this? And he goes, actually, it's just his first idea is his only idea.
You find that with a lot of artists, though, even like music artists, like again, going back to like Michael Jackson, before his first 3 albums was more of a vision, and then afterwards, like they were just yes men, and it just wasn't as good music. It's the same kind of thing, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I mean, he hired a lot of kids of people who were kids when their trilogy came out, and that's great.
About Michael Jackson,
they were almost too scared to like speak up to him,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, because also then he had that more God approach as well. The fact that he was George Lucas, he's going to be right.
Conversations where they're talking, like I think it's like the director, like 2 of the writers, George Lucas and I think someone else, about Return of the Jedi, and they're talking about like the conversation with Yoda or with Obi-Wan and Luke that continues on from the one that he has with Yoda and stuff. Yeah, and like it evolves. Like his vision from the start is still there. But through talking to these other people who ask the right questions, who like say, okay, but what does this mean? It evolves into what we get in the final movie. And I don't think there was anyone there to have that conversation with George Lucas. So what he put down on paper, his first draft, was pretty much what they shot.
I also think I don't think he's the greatest of directors either. Like, I think like with the original trilogy, I do think that A New Hope's the worst directed out of the movies.
Yeah, I don't know. There are flashes of brilliance even across all his movies.
Oh yeah,
I certainly think he's a great visionary, and he's very much like is technically minded. Like they were saying that what they used in The Mandalorian with the volume, that sort of that LED screen soundstage was kind of what he was already thinking of 10, 12 years ago, but the technology. There. He was limited by the technology of his time, to quote Iron Man 2,
Yeah. I think that may have been partly the reasons with the prequels not having issues, because I know he wanted to be, the most CGI and graphically ahead of the time, which sadly aged the prequels quite badly. Whereas the originals, because they were ahead of the time and visionary and stuff, but it was a different kind of effects. I think it survived a lot better.
Yeah. There are some of the prequels that look fantastic, and other ones look like a video game. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Chris, you betrayed me.
Why have I betrayed you?
You didn't tell me this was a friggin' sticker.
I told you it was a sticker.
I thought it was a printed piece.
No, I said that's a sticker.
Holy hell.
Yeah, I actually said in my thing that it's a sticker, and you can actually just
buy it online. Content, come on.
No, you don't. So the only one, that was why I originally thought with the Yoda's lightsaber, that would be a sticker, but that's actually a print, the Yoda's lightsaber gift of purchase.
Are you shitting me?
Yep.
And it's bent. That's just killed this whole set for me now.
It's not even a hologram, like it's not even like a holographic sticker either. It's literally just a normal
sticker.
They
normally print these ones though, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Son of a biscuit.
Well, the 8080 didn't even come with a sticker, and that's the only 40th Empire set that they did to the public. So,
I'm telling you what. Let's have a look at the chat for a little bit. Let's see. I'm neglecting the chat. Let's see. Who's in the chat? I'm getting the missus to put the sticker on because I'm just going to mess it up.
Wonky sticker.
Yeah, I normally do my own stickers unless they're really small ones, but with that one, it's already bent, so I'm just... I don't know if you're like me, but if you're angry, you tend to mess up stickers as well.
I messed up my Batman UCS one, the actual plaque.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Hold it off, and I didn't realize it. If you like do it quickly, like can crease the sticker, and it creased it really badly.
Okay, so Generic Stud is in the chat. Hello, Generic Stud. Monkey Man 9255. We have, I think Mahan's back. The Pringles Man is gone. Sorry, Pringles Man, didn't get down to saying goodbye to you. This is why we need Rogue here. He's good at looking over.
Yeah, he's better than me. I'm not very good.
You're not very good at anything, are you, Chris?
I'm a great form of entertainment, I'll have you know.
That is true. Seth Bland says Moulin Rouge is very good.
Yeah.
Doc Sampson says, "Isn't his uncle in real life Wedge?" I think he means Hugh McGregor. And yeah, he is.
Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that.
Do you know that? Yeah, because apparently his uncle told him not to do it. His uncle was like, "You'll get typecast."
Oh wow! And
I
then
think
he did Mulan, the greatest film ever made. My gift is my song.
greatest film ever made. Like, I enjoyed it, but I won't go that far.
It's great.
Have you seen Birds of Prey, by the way?
I was just going to say that. He's also in Birds of Prey. I haven't watched Birds of Prey.
He's so good, man. So good.
He's trying to get with Thingy during that. What's she called? Harley Quinn, whatever her name is.
Margot Robbie?
Yeah, apparently.
No. I mean, I think that, well...
I think any man would, to be honest.
Yeah, but no, he's actually... he's... I don't know if he's engaged, but he's with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, the one who plays Huntress in that movie.
Oh, cool.
They got together on Fargo, I think it was, and he left his wife, who he'd been with for like 15 years or something for, and she was really bitter about it.
Wow.
Yeah, like apparently, like it was just one of those things where he said, like, you know, he'd already fallen out of love with his wife, and they were kind of talking about separating, and then he met Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and there is an age difference, but nothing like scandalous. But yeah, his ex-wife was really sort of bitter and going on about it to the point where she was like turning his kids against him. But apparently, him and his daughter have reconciled now, and she like realizes that it's just one of those things where mum and dad just fell out of love with each other, you know. So
yeah. You need to take Vader's lightsaber, so it's just the hilt. It looks so much better, like on the front cover. If you see on the front cover of the box, he's just got the hilt. It looks so cool.
Okay.
That's what I did on mine, anyway.
I mean, technically, I should take off Luke's hand, right?
Yeah, I did. I pulled off his little hand.
Yeah, I might do. I'll just put this like this for now, though.
Did you get the Bespin Luke in the magazine recently?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the exact same one.
That's really cool.
Which also devalues this set.
But it is Vader with arm printing, which they kind of like
have
not done in the latest set today. I don't even know.
Yeah, he's only in this set and the Duel, the final Duel set that's quite expensive.
That'll do for now. There you go.
Cool.
What do you think?
Yeah, he needs to remove his arm.
Oh, I can't bother right now.
Take his whole arm off.
The whole arm? That's not accurate.
Not his hand.
Another thing that really annoyed me with The Last Jedi, in all the second movies of Star Wars, they always have someone lose a hand or an arm, right?
Yeah.
So much so that when Marvel did Phase 2, every single Phase 2 movie, someone loses a hand or an arm in tribute to Star Wars. The Last Jedi comes out, the second movie in the sequel trilogy, and Rian Johnson's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that because it's too obvious. So you now have Marvel movies carrying on Star Wars traditions that Star Wars doesn't even do anymore. Terrible.
Right, anyway, I've got to go to my podcast. So I've got to leave you.
You got to stay here.
I've got to go.
It is making building Lego sets with friends. I have no friends. You got to stay here.
Greg will be on soon, isn't he coming on?
I don't know. You can't rely on these people. Lego YouTubers, they're so unpredictable. I don't know.
I'm very reliable. I was going to say I'm very predictable. So I'm very reliable is what I was going to say.
I don't know. Maybe I should call it a day then. We've done one set. We've been going for just over an hour and a half. Chris is on about leaving. What do you reckon? Should we call it a day and maybe come back and build the other two?
I'll come back on the next day ones if you'll have me.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe. Yeah, I think we're going to call it a day. I want to thank everyone who did join us. Sorry that we didn't focus that much on the chat. I am very, very terrible at doing that, especially when I'm building. That's why I had Rogue on here. But then Rogue decided to go and bugger off and reignite Brick Bros UK or Tron Legacy for like the 217th time. Anyway, but thank you all for joining us. Thank you to BFAB, who's no longer with us. I mean, he's just left. He's not dead. No, he could be dead. Who knows? Thank you, Rogue, wherever you may be. And thank you, Chris, for sticking with me through thick and thin.
No worries, mate.
You know, just generally being here with that jumper. Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
Any last words you want to say?
No, not on this. Not on this anyway.
What do you mean not on this? Is my stream not good enough for you?
No, I meant because you said like last words as if I'm about to die or something.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, you could be. Keep up that cheek, you might be. Anyway. On that note, if you haven't already, please hit the like button down below. And if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And I don't know if it's going to do any difference, but hit the notification bell icon as well so you get notified. Maybe if YouTube decides to send you a notification.
Maybe.
All right, then. See you guys later.